Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Fun Size, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of the new EZAs that are going to be coming to Dokkan relatively soon. And that list includes STR Jiren, Physical, I believe, Champa, right? Champa, Frost, and Bodamagetta. Okay, so we're getting some more TOP buffs. All right, boys, you know what that means, right? Uh-oh, we're getting some TOP buffs. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Jiren. Let's see what we got. So Jiren, Universe Survival Saga category, key plus 3 HP attack and defense 170. Okay. Or STR type, key plus 3 HP attack and defense 120. So he'll be pretty decent in Battlefield, most likely. Okay, not bad, not bad. Then we have greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes miss damage to enemy, and greatly lowers defense. Okay. Key plus 2 attack and defense 200%. Okay. Okay, starting off strong. All right. And a medium chance to stun all enemies at start of turn. Attacks effective against all types when facing only one enemy. And reduces damage received by 30% when facing 2 or more enemies. Plus an additional attack and defense 50% and a high chance of stunning the enemy when performing a super attack. Performs a critical hit on stunned enemies. Plus an additional attack and defense 111%. Performs a critical hit when there is a Universe Survival Saga or Tournament Participants category enemy. Huh. Okay. Well, I feel like if this part right here, the Universe Survival Saga and Tournament, or excuse me, the Tournament Participants, if we have something like that in the future, because right now, we're not struggling with these fights. Okay, that we're just gonna get that out of the way first. But that tells me that we could have something potentially soon, right? We could have something that actually corresponds with this very soon. All right, so take it with a grain of salt. But Jiren, he's not really doing too much. If I'm being honest, like, look at this. Like, there's no guard, there's no damage reduction, there's no dodge, there's no even with this is just extra stats, and he performs a crit. Ooh, big deal, he crits. Like, that's it. That's all he does. And he's basically built around stun. So what boss can be stunned again? What big boss can be stunned? I'll wait. Psych, no I won't, because there's no point. There's literally no boss that can be stunned. So there's no point in this. There really isn't. But Jiren, I feel like if we were actually able to activate this part of his passive, I think he'd be okay. He'd be probably like a floater. Like, he's gonna be like Int Gohan, right? Except Int Gohan would probably be better because he's additionaling and doing a lot more. But in general, I think that you could run him on a team like that, and I feel like that's the kind of like the role he would fill, just like an extra unit to throw on the team that you probably have rainbowed or something. That's where Jiren fits. It's just a little minor upgrade. It's not like he's going to be jumping off the page like, wow. Like, I didn't notice. Did you notice anything that was like really screaming at you that makes him incredible? No. Okay, so let's look at Champa, my boy Champa, the meme himself. So raises defense for 1 turn. Okay, then he causes supreme damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. All right. Then we have defense 160 at the start of turn. Okay. Plus an additional defense of 120 when attacking. Okay. Just defense. All right. Then Universe 6 category allies, key plus 2. An attack and defense 40% and an additional attack and defense 20% when HP is 60% or less. So he's giving us 60. He's getting a 60% support, huh? With 60% or less. Interesting. Then he's got a high chance of attack plus 400%. Or medium chance of attack 600% and rare chance of performing a critical hit. I feel like he'd just be funny to look at. I don't feel like he's gonna be anything special or crazy, so I mean, it's Champa. Like, hey, cool, I guess. And I believe these are sub EZAs, So just take that also with a grain of salt. Like this isn't like main units or anything. So keep that in mind. They're not going to be great. Okay, I don't expect them to be great. Have I been surprised before? Absolutely, yes. Like I'm hoping that we find something among these guys, like a Bergamo situation. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Is that what's going to happen? Most likely not. Most likely not. But let's see. So this is STR Frost. Let's see what we got for him. They have greatly raised his attack and defense for 1 turn, causing supreme damage to enemy and lowering of their attack. Their lower attack. Okay. And then Key +3 launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack and a high chance of performing a critical hit for 6 turns from the start of turn. Attack and defense 160%, plus an additional attack 180% and defense 120% when with a high chance of stunning the enemy when performing a super attack. Okay. So greatly raises attack and defense on super. Then he gets an additional that has a high chance of performing a super attack, right? Which also has a high chance to crit for 6 turns. So he could super 3 times, which each have a chance to crit for 6 turns from the start of turn. An attack and defense 160, okay, plus an additional attack 180 and defense 120 with a high chance of stunning the enemy when performing a super attack. I feel like if he were to super 3 times, he could be okay. I feel like he'd be all right, and his damage would actually be pretty good too. I don't think it would be astronomical. I don't think it would be out of this world, but it's something. They could be worse. Like these could be worse, so they're not that bad, honestly, but still they're kind of like whatever. It's not really like nothing too crazy or nothing to write home about, honestly. Okay, Boda Magetta. Please be good. So greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes supreme damage to enemy, and raises defense by 30% for 6 turns. Okay, sure. E +3 in attack and defense 160%, plus an additional defense 10% per Universe 6 category ally on the team, up to 60%. Okay, okay. And then we've got what? Guards all attacks when there is another Universe 6 category ally attacking in the same turn, or when HP is 80% or less, plus an additional attack and defense 60% for 3 turns, and medium chance of performing an additional super attack within the same turn after receiving a hit. Okay, so since he is guarding, as long as there's another Universe 6 category or HP is 80% or less. Okay. So I mean, can he go in slot 1? Maybe. I mean, he is guarding. He's guarding, and if he gets hit, he could triple super. And if he triple supers, that's 30% defense 3 times. And what else we got here? And then if we're rocking a Universe 6 team, right? If we're rocking the whole team Universe 6, that's another 60% defense. Okay. Okay. And then attack and defense 60% for 3 turns. Yeah. Plus a medium chance of performing a super attack on the same turn after receiving a hit. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I feel like he'd be okay. After he got hit the 1 time, I feel like he might be okay just because of the guard. If he didn't have the guard, then it'd be questionable. I mean, still questionable now, but much less so, because I mean, with guard it helps so much. It just, with all this defense, because he's getting, let's see, he's getting 160 here defense, then he's getting, let's say, a solid 60 from the team itself, Then he's guarding, and then he's getting another 60% attack and defense pretty much when he supers, or excuse me, no, from receiving an attack, right? And then he has still a medium chance of performing another super, so he could triple super, and then he's raising his defense by 30% each time. Honestly, let's say if he got like 2 or 3 supers and got hit, I think he could then be okay because of the guard. I think his defense would be high enough for that. So Boda Magetta looks interesting. I'll say that. That looks pretty interesting. The Universe 6 getting some buffs isn't bad. They do need help, most certainly. Kale needs help. But Jiren, even though he's kind of like the main unit here, he's really not like looking too crazy. He's not looking too hot. So very interesting EZAs, Dokkan. Very interesting. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about Jiren and some of these other EZAs as to whether or not they'll actually help, if you guys even have them, and just overall what you guys think. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.